How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another weekly warehouse update. Before we get into what's on the shelves, I want to tell you about something that just hit the site. The pre-sale for the McBeth 6-claw discs is live on our site. There's 12 of them total. There's 6 that are like the 6 stock discs that has a different stamp from his 6 discs, which are like the Malta, Hades, Zeus, all of those. All of them are live over on the site, foundationdisc.com. For pre-order, they won't ship until February. So if you want to get your hands guaranteed on one, head to the site right now, pick one up. But let me show you what's new on the shelves. All right, we got a decent little mint discs restock in, which with the MVP hype, one of the discs that I think will get collectively hyped is mint discs. They're made by MVP, and we got some cool stuff. First off, they recently signed Mason Ford, and they came out with these Mason Ford Diamondbacks. So a few different plastics, a few different stamp combos, the Mason Ford logo at the top with the Diamondback like slithering through it. Here's a cool one, a little white and green action. Diamondback's a really fun disc, a little understable fairway action, control driver. I think it's understable, if I'm not mistaken. Really good feeling disc. We also have some stock ones if you're more into just a stock Diamondback. Got that. The Mustang, looks like we've got a restock on Mustangs in both this is their Eternal plastic, which is their see-through. We also have a few more glow ones, it looks like, which is pretty sick. And then this is like what would be Streamline, or not Streamline. Well, yeah, technically, but Cosmic Neutron. This is their Apex plastic. So Eternal and Apex. Mustang's a very straight mid. Similar to like a little bit of a slower buzz, if I had to put it as something. And the final thing to highlight is one of the more popular mint discs on the market, which is the Bobcat. Pretty cool stock stamp here. A bunch of Bobcats in stock, bunch of different variety of stamp, little 3-foil action. So yeah, if you haven't checked out mint discs, you're missing out. A lot of good stuff in stock on the site.
All right, first things first, Hunter Stupid, the Diamondback is not super understable. It has like a tiny bit of flip to it, but it's pretty straight, I would say. So he's talking nonsense. Let's talk Gateway though. Mentioned some Gateway last week. Want to touch on it again in case you missed it. We have the G1 right now. This is a distance driver from Gateway that is brand new. This one, we got to throw this when it was still a prototype when we visited the factory. In my opinion, it's the first like really successful attempt Gateway has had is making like something in that like destroyer slot. These things actually fly really great. So the G1, I'd recommend it, especially if you're somebody who's already been throwing Gateway for a long time. You really need to try this out. It's really cool. Some other really nice Gateway we have right now. We have a lot of Wizards in stock and a lot of different plastics. If you're looking to restock, we have a lot of like matching pairs too. We have a lot of like the same color and stamp combos going on. So check those out. We've got Spears in stock right now. We also have the Apex. The Apex is probably the most comfortable feeling Gateway disc I've used. This is something that is like mostly like it's like a straight 11-speed driver, but these ones have really nice domes because like that's one thing I've noticed with Gateway is like a lot of my favorite ones are ones that have that good heartbeat on them and have a good dome to them. So the Apex is really sweet. We also have a sprinkling of other putters. Hey, if you want to try out Connor's favorite disc, really maybe just his favorite disc right now, the Shaman, we have quite a few, we have a couple left right now, not too many, but the Shaman is like a straight approach putter. It's more of a shallow one, and Connor has like 3 of these in his bag usually. He loves the Shaman. So check out Gateway if you haven't. We have a few. I'm also noticing we have 1 Training Wizard left. If you've never checked these out, they're like double the weight of a normal disc basically. Not quite, but they're really heavy and they're used for basically training your arm because they're extra heavy, and they're really like kind of an anomaly. Like they're really cool. I'd recommend checking one of these out if you've never felt one, because it is unlike anything I've ever felt with a disc. Pretty sweet. So yeah, check out Gateway. We've got a pretty good stock right now. It's starting to trickle down a little bit, so if you want to get your hands on them before our next restock, now's time. All right, I want to talk a little bit about Discraft, specifically mid-ranges. Discraft, some would say known for their mid-ranges, specifically the Buzz. But we have a ton in stock right now. Sometimes it's tough to keep the Discraft mids in stock because people buy them so much. But right now we have so many Buzzes. We've got Buzz SS. If you've never thrown the Buzz SS, I was just talking to Anthony Barella, because he's new to Discraft, about the Buzz SS. I think a lot of people go into Discraft with a misconception to thinking like the Buzz is the disc I need to try, and they kind of forget about the Buzz SS. Well, this is really going to fly like a Buzz does. Like if you're somebody that throws like 300 feet and the pros are throwing 450 feet, the Buzz SS is going to do for you what the Buzz does for them. So don't forget about the Buzz SS. It's a really fantastic disc. We have a ton of buzzes. We also have the Buzz OS. I believe we have a review out on our disc review channel now, or it's coming out today, of the Buzz OS. This is obviously going to fill in your overstable slot in the mid-range. These are really, really flat. They're good for forehands because of that flatness, and they're super reliable. So I think that's something that's super cool about the Discraft lineup is you could literally have a Buzz SS, just a stock Buzz like this Z Flex one here, and a Buzz OS, and you could stay with the the Buzz theme and have 3 discs that do very different things. Some other discs I want to mention. We got these Big Z comments. Look at the Big Z stamp on there, like so cool. Their artwork is sick on the Big Z, and I really love this blue color. We have a bunch in this color right now. We also have it in this metallic color. I think Big Z on these colors just looks fantastic. It has like that shimmer effect to it. Looks like metal. One other thing I wanted to mention is our monthly subscription box this month is the Brodie Smith box. If you haven't heard of our subscription box program before, basically we do themed boxes each month. You can sign up for just a few months, or you can sign up for and just keep it going all year long if you want. But there's a new box with a new theme each month. This month's theme is a Brodie Smith box. The reason being, we had him pick out 3 discs that he wanted to be in the box, 3 of his favorites. So that's what's in there, along with a guaranteed signed Ultra Star Frisbee from Brodie Smith. So a really cool box this month. Make sure to check that one out. But I think that's going to do it for Discraft.
All right, I want to talk through some Kastaplast. They got a lot of really good plastic on the market right now. This right here is a gold little 13-speed overstable distance driver. The yarn, people know and love it. I don't pronounce any of these right, I don't think, and I apologize for that. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It looks like yarn to me. 4.5 303. They're overstable approach disc. Gotta love that. The Falk's been in my bag for a little bit now, a few weeks, and I'm absolutely loving it. Hyzer Flip machine. Another Hyzer Flip machine, the Svea. I haven't messed around with it too much, but it feels really good. We actually have it in the K3 hard plastic, and we got some with these little like character and a little poem stamp on there, which I think is very funny that Kastaplast does. They always do those. Then the stock one, it looks like we only have one K1 soft on the site. So if you want a little premium Svea, there's only one left. The rest of these K3 hard ones that feel really good. It's like a kind of like classic hard is probably what this plastic is closest to. But yeah, I mean, the Svea looks like a very straight little flip up mid, and the baseline plastic, you'll be able to get it to really hyzer flip and turn quickly out of the box. So it could be a fun mid to check out. It wouldn't be a weekly warehouse update if I wasn't showing you some Innova. We've got, first up, the Thunderbird. We still have some Halo Thunderbirds. These are Henna Blomroos Tour Series ones. Really cool. Looks like we have mainly the green ones left. Then we got a bunch of stock Thunderbirds, a lot of Star Thunderbirds, underrated plastic for the Thunderbird in my opinion. I currently am rocking with PDs, but the Thunderbird was my disc of choice for quite a while there. One of the best fairway drivers on the market, and of course, the Champ Thunderbird. There's a little like blurple action going on, really swirly rim there on the Champ. Sometimes you'll get that, very cool. Nice, straight, overstable fairway driver. One of the farthest flying discs I've ever put in my bag. And I'm talking distance drivers or fairways. The Thunderbird just goes. The other one I wanted to highlight was the Hawkeye, which is down here. Got the new stock stamp in. This is like Innova's new branding. I don't know if they're applying it to everything, but you can see it here on the Hawkeye. 7.5 -1.1. A lot of people say it's kind of like their FD replacement. They have the actual FD. It's a different name, but here's the Star Hawkeye. Pretty cool. Little bird looking stamp, but a great feeling neutral fairway. Some more Star ones in stock. And we got a bunch of stocks. If you're looking for that like flip up, dead straight fairway that you can just power up on, hit it hard, have it go dead straight way down the fairway with a fairway driver, check out the Hawkeye from Innova. I think people are missing out on it.
All right, Trilogy, I'm going to talk to you about the Felon a little bit, because here's the thing. I know Eric Oakley was the one that was like pushing the Felon all the time, and then he left, and maybe everybody's like forgetting about the Felon. Don't forget about the Felon, okay? Felon's a great disc. You could throw these. These are like, I would say these are like your straighter Firebirds. I actually compare this kind of like a Raptor. I think the Felon and the Raptor, in my mind, are very similar discs. These might be a tad bit more overstable. But it's a good disc for somebody who's looking for an overstable approach disc, but the Firebirds, the Cabs and Raptors, those are a little too much for you. You want something that doesn't bite quite as much, maybe glides a little more. I think that's what a Felon can do. And they also make it in a lot of different plastic bends, like these Fusion ones are probably a little bit straighter than if you go for like the Opto X or Lucid X, I guess it would be within Dynamic. Some other discs I want to mention here, the Evader. These ones are the Ricky Signature. We also have some still in the Fusion Burst plastic from, this is, I believe, the World Stamp. But the Evader, this disc, I first threw the Evader when it was a prototype, and it was basically built to be, I think, kind of a T-bird for Ricky. Well, I think that's why he stamped it, at least. It wasn't built for Ricky, it was before his time. But I think that's kind of why he latched onto it. And I'd actually say it's a little bit straighter than a T-bird, but I think that's kind of nice, because I think a lot of manufacturers, like, they have that fairway slot, and it's like, once you get to like your T-bird, it's kind of overstable brand new, and you have to work it in. Whereas the Evader, it has reliable fade, but for me, it was pretty easy to get it to where it was going straight and then just having a little bit of a fade at the end. It wasn't like turning over or anything. So the Evader, I think, fits in a nice little niche spot there. It's a nice 7-speed disc, not super fast. So I think it's worth checking out. Last disc I have to mention this as much as possible, is the Raider. I still don't think enough people are understanding that the Raider is, I mean, I would say the Raider, it's probably my favorite distance driver at this point. Like, it is such a fantastic disc. This is basically a destroyer that goes a little bit further, glides a ton, and is a little less stable or overstable at the beginning. These discs, they just absolutely bomb. They're so comfortable. You can mash forehands with them. The Raider is awesome, and especially for somebody whose arm is in that, like, more like in between the AM and pro category, where mine is, where it's like I throw, yeah, somewhat far, but not far as a pro. That's where the Raider is huge. And I think there is a good example, is I think there's a lot of discs in disc golf that, because pros don't throw them a ton, and there are a lot of pros that throw the Raider, but because a lot of the dynamic pros were throwing only enforcers, people just write them off. But it's the reason being is because they throw further than we do most of the time. And the Raider is actually a perfect disc for somebody in my position who doesn't throw as hard as the pros, but can utilize this disc to almost its best ability. So if you haven't tried the Raider yet, I'm begging you to try it. It is incredible. We have it in a few different plastics right now, and it's just fantastic. All right, so I know when you're on our site, a lot of times you're just browsing and you're looking for discs. We're a disc golf store, of course, but don't forget about the accessories tab or the apparel tab, because we do have some really nice stuff there. If you look at our accessories, we have a wide range of accessories right now, probably wider than we ever have. We have towels, we have minis, we've got these water bottles, we've got sticker packs, we've got these t-shirts going on now. This would be in the apparel page. We've got wristbands, we've got rip decks, grip sacks, so many disc golf accessories. I think a lot of people might overlook that tab. They're just looking for disc. One other thing I want to mention with the apparel is we still have some hoodies left from one of the runs we did previously. We have some of the cotton candy hoodies right here. These ones were some Bogey Bros one, the plus one there, the Bogey Bros logo on the back. And then we also have these university style ones that we did with the Foundation Disc Golf, just kind of a more of a classic look with the logo on the sleeve there. These hoodies are not hoodies that we're planning on running again, and we have a limited amount left. Like what you kind of see here on the shelves is what we have left. There's only a handful. We do have them in a few different sizes though, so if you want to get a Foundation hoodie in either of these styles, this is your chance to do it. So get them while they are still here. Yes, last chance for that. That's what we got going on this week in the warehouse. Make sure once again to check out that 6 claw pre-sale that's going on. You're not going to want to miss that. Other than that, we'll see you next week.